Hi everybody. I wanted to share a bit of news regarding secularism in the UK. Before I do that, I'd just like to say I've heard about this news about the Supreme Court and this very bad decision they've made regarding religious freedoms and this company Hobby Lobby. I'm sorry to hear about that. Guys, I hope that that is something of a wake-up call to people who think that women's issues aren't an important part of secularism. I hope this is a bit of a wake-up call to people who think that, and make them realise that it is still a very relevant issue within secularism. But the good news in the UK, by contrast, is it's looking very likely that mandatory Christian worship is going to be removed from state schools, and I'm very happy about that. This has been something I've felt very passionately about for a long time. I'm very glad that Christian prayer and Christian worship in general, participation in Christianity in general, is not going to be pushed on young children anymore. I think in schools that actually have some kind of religious name, for example, like such and such C of E school or such and such Catholic school, prayer will still be standard as you'd expect. But in state schools that don't have any kind of openly religious affiliation, schools that don't have anything like that in their name, this is not going to be standard practice. I've objected to compulsory prayer for a while, not least because it forces children to participate in a religion, whether or not their parents want them to or not, and also it's not really fair to teachers. It's basically saying if you want to be a teacher, you've got to participate in Christianity, and why should you? You know, I'm presuming if you're getting into teaching, you're doing it because you want to teach, you know, not because you want to participate in somebody else's religion. Now, I mean, the British Humanist Association have a good list of information about this. If I can find it, I'll post it in the link, post it in the description box. I think parents can remove their children from these assemblies if they are of a different faith or of no faith, but it's still considered standard, and people do have to actively go in and remove their children from these things. They have to go out and ask that their children be excused from these things, which usually means at my old school, I remember the one Jehovah's Witness we had in our year used to just sit on his own outside of assemblies, which I thought was kind of a little bit not very welcoming. I don't think it was very all-inclusive. So I'm very glad about this, that we're removing this. Also, I mean, children themselves have never been allowed to opt out of this. It's always had to be their parents who give them permission to not be Christians, essentially. So yeah, I'm very glad about this, that it's looking very likely that we're not going to be forcing Christianity on school children anymore, which is a good thing. So I just thought I'd share that because there didn't seem to be many other people discussing it. So again, I am sorry to hear about this step backwards for secularism that we've just heard about in America, but that we have made a step forwards in the UK, so that's a good thing. Let me know what you think, everyone. Goodbye.